Well, aloha, everybody. It's Beth with Wisdomware. I hope you're all having a great day. At the request of a fan, I decided to make you all a little video on how to utilize your Wisdomware shirt as a crystal manifesting grid. Did you know that your Wisdomware shirt could also double as like an altar cloth or as like a template for creating a crystal grid? So in this example, I'm going to use Metatron's cube. You can use any sacred geometry, any of your shirts for as a crystal grid. I like to use Metatron's cube simply because the spheres make it very, very simple to do a layout. Now, when you create a crystal grid, all crystals are good crystals. Whatever you like to use is just fine. I like to mix in some other things besides crystals, like candles are always a really good idea. And what's really cool is that the spheres on your Metatron cube shirt will fit almost precisely a tea light. And then of course you have your little crystals, and I really like apophyllite. I like apophyllite for the five-sided tetrahedron effect, the amplifying effects that bring up energy. But really any type of crystal that you like is always a great idea. And then sometimes I even use Rudraksha seeds. Now, if you might have noticed these, you might recognize these as the tears of Shiva, or as the sacred beads that the Hindus use these to make their malas. And they're Sanskrit mantras. They're very special, very sacred. I actually picked these up off the sacred forest floor on Kauai. You can find these around in different areas. And if you happen to have some, they also make a nice addition to a crystal grid. You can also use shells if you like. And again, you can use any kind of crystal formation and then maybe something in the center. So this is just one example of how to set up a very simple but effective crystal grid. And then of course you would light your candles, maybe say some kind of a prayer, or make some kind of an invocation. Sometimes I like to write something down on a piece of paper and slip it right underneath my centerpiece. A prayer, an intention, some kind of moon releasing. Crystal grids are really amazing to use on moon cycles. You know, light them at a full moon, light them at a new moon, put your prayers, put your intentions, you know, within it. And really just when you create your grid, just do something with love, really. Doesn't have to be fancy. You know, the only rule is make it yours, make it your own. Use different types of little things, you know, little things that are special to you, that have meaning to you, and that might amplify whatever it is you're trying to intend. Again, you can use any kind of sacred geometry or any kind of Wisdomware shirt for a crystal grid, kind of on the go. If you go on vacation somewhere and you need something, you know, if you find yourself with some, you know, just someplace that is special or sacred, maybe you know, you don't have the means, or you don't have any kind of a template with you, your shirt can double as that, which is a really, really cool thing. And you know, when you put intention and you put energy into your clothing, because remember, my clothes are infused with crystal dust, with Andara dust. They're already super high vibe. They're already going to work on, along with the geometry, the Andaras are going to bring up and amplify the energy of whatever it is you're intending in your life. And then when you layer your own intentions, when you layer your own prayer energy on top of that, on top of a shirt that you'll again one day, you know, put on your body, all you're doing is like bringing extra juju, like extra beauty, you know, extra divine energy into your own energy field that will again be amplified back out to the world. That's what sacred geometry does. Sacred geometry is an energetic amplifier. This is why we use it as a format for a grid. This is why we wear it. Sacred geometry is projective. Now, there's only 3 things in the world that are projective. Everything else is reflective. Everything else reflects except for these 3 things. One is sacred geometry. The second thing that reflects are light bulbs. Light bulbs are reflective. Rudraksha seeds, and I'll show you one really close. These are Sanskrit mantras. They are the Hindu sacred seeds. They start as this beautiful blue marble fruit, fall to the ground. These little microbes turn them into their sacred beads. They have different, what's called faces on them that kind of determine their vibration. They have little Om symbols, all naturally within them. Some of them have little Ganesh tusks. And so I like to use these. These are also projective. So wearing these, holding these in your energy field will also, along with the geometry, go out and bring not only healing to you, but healing to the planet. So that's a little bit of information on the special Rudraksha seeds, if you didn't know. Thank you all for watching this video. You know, anytime you make an order online with me, you can use code, all caps, WWSG CLUB 15, WWSG CLUB 15, to receive 15% off every time that you order. Very honored, very privileged to be stewarding Wisdomware with our goal of addressing 144,000 people in our crystal infused sacred geometry clothing, creating the ripple effect, aligning us all to the blueprint of the universe known as sacred geometry, the divine God force. And when you need yourself a sacred geometry grid, when you need to do a little prayer and manifestation work for yourself, here you go. Oh, wisdomware.org. That's our website. That would be important too. Aloha.